If you want to use the online version, it's very similar. Head over to the same exact web page, arduino.cc, and hit enter. When you get there, there's going to be there's two options. We're going to click software, and we're going to now pick the top option called online tools. And that's going to take you to a web page. It's going to take you to a completely different website, but it's going to look like this. It's going to have a whole bunch of icons on it. And I cut off the rest of the page, but this is where you're going to want. Click on this guy right here that says the Arduino Web Editor. Click on that, and then it's going to take you to a web page to log in. Now, you won't have an account yet, so click this big giant button over here on the right that says create a new account. Once you've done that, it's going to walk you through the steps, and those steps are going to be pick a username. You can type in anything you want, your email address, and you will need to have a valid email address because it's going to send you a code or a link that you need to click on, and then obviously give yourself a good password. Once you've done that, it's going to then send you an email, and then once you get the email, you can click on the link, and it'll bring you right back to here and ask you to log in, and then I'll show you what it looks like once you've logged in next. Now that you've got your login, we can come back to the Arduino site, or you may already be there. We can click Online Tools, and again, it's going to spin you up to a new website, and then we can click that same editor again. And so now it's going to ask us to log in. Here's my login. I'm going to click Login, and it's going to take a few seconds, and it's going to spin you up. Now, mine's going to look a little different than yours, but now that I'm logged in, we can click the button again. I think this is the third or the fourth time, but it's fine. It's just getting us logged in. And now that we're logged in, yours is going to look a little bit different because you're not going to have a project. I've got some previous projects. This was a car show lights project that I was working on with a couple of guys out in Seattle. But anyway, this is going to be what the IDE looks like, and then I'll give you a quick walkthrough. Up here's where we're going to click New Sketch. So if we want to create something new, we can go ahead and click that. And then I don't have anything plugged in, and that's why it's giving me this error right here. If you plug in your Arduino, that will go away, and you'll see this drop down, and you can go ahead and pick other board. And the board we're using is Uno. So we can just type in Uno. And it's this one. We don't have the Wi-Fi modules, Uno. And once we do this, it's going to remember it. So you really only need to do it once. Now you'll see the little red cross here, and that means that our Arduino is not plugged in. Let me plug mine in, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, I've got that plugged in, and one of the problems that you might have is that the plugin may not have installed. It looks like mine didn't install. So I'm going to refresh this page, and hopefully we'll get this error right here, no plugin connected. So click that help button, and it's going to ask you a couple of things. We're just going to go ahead and click this install the plugin, and hopefully this will start the process. We'll click next, download, and then it's going to actually have us download something. So even though this is the online version, there still is a little library that needs to be installed. And I thought that I had it installed on mine, but it's probably a good thing because yours would not have it installed. So go ahead and go through this process. We're going to go ahead and install that real quick. And once it's installed, and this will work on, it will install the correct one for whatever computer that you're using. We're going to have to go through the terms of service, click OK. That's fine. And now it should work for you once we have that installed. You are going to get this pop-up. Make sure you click Allow Access. And again, if you're on Mac, it's going to look a little bit different, but you should have the same thing. Do you want to install drivers for other boards? I'm going to go ahead and say yes, but you can probably say no. And now you should get this confirmation, plugin installed correctly. We can click the next button, and now we can go back to that editor. All right, now we still got the little X here, but that's only because it doesn't know what port we want to connect to. So it has already detected that it's on COM3. So click this little drop down, click COM3. It's going to ask us, oh, what is plugged in there as confirmation? Let's go ahead and pick the Uno board and click OK. So now everything is happy. We've got this upload button. This is the compile and verify button. This is the upload button. So anyway, that's the online version. It may be a little bit more steps than just going to a website, but honestly, it's pretty straightforward if that's an option that you want to take. So from here, everything is going to work very similar to the downloaded version that I'm going to show through the rest of it. If you have any questions or problems, just let me know.